कि मैंने पैर निकाला, डाला एंड देन प्रोडक्शन चालू, वैसा नहीं
You
होता.
actually recommend the fries to stay with the parents after hatching?
First thing what I'll check is temperature. If you add heater specific with time
For
नहीं,
1 year, how many times would you recommend to breed one pair?
इतना एनर्जी है बॉडी में कि वो लोग 6-6, 8-8, 10-10 दिन बिना खाए भी
Okay, अभी हॉबीस्ट ब्रीडिंग करने के लिए स्टार्ट कर दिया है, सेपरेट टैंक चालू किया है.
हाँ.
बट उसका
once the male fertilizes, उसका मतलब पैर हैच होने वाला है, एग्स हैच होने वाला है. They start eating on skin of the parent. Sometimes it causes to injury. Eventually the pair will lose appetite, they will lose the health, they will start becoming इतना डिटोरेटिव होने मत दो पैर को कि वो कम हो जाए. व्हाइट स्पॉट्स होता है, फिन रॉट होता है, गिल फ्लूक होता है, देन एक्सामिना होता है.
So let's move on to the next question. So there are a lot of hobbyists who buy discus maybe from multiple sellers, or they import themselves and do things like that. So when they have a settled pair in their tank over the time, when they start laying eggs and they surround themselves in a corner and try to be aggressive towards other fish in a community tank, how would you recommend a hobbyist to separate that pair out of the tank? Or maybe you need to tell me about like the future things.
So basically discus come from a cichlid family, and cichlid fish are territorial in nature.
Territorial, right.
Once they pair up, they'll make a territory for themselves to lay the eggs, and they won't allow any other fish to enter the territory. They will guard that place with heart and soul. They will attack the other fishes. But the thing is, don't jump on separating the fish immediately, because when the pair is fresh now, they are not used to the breeding process. Like, they need time to learn. If you have enough space in the tank, so that एक पैर यहाँ पे, suppose एक पैर ने ये एरिया कैप्चर किया है,
Okay.
and if there is enough space for rest of the fish to adjust in the other part of the tank, then no need of separating. But if they are continuously fighting with each other, damaging each other, then in that case you'll have to separate the fish. But don't expect कि it will immediately start breeding. Sometimes they might, sometimes they may not, because discus will take time to learn. Sometimes two attempts are enough, sometimes 4, 5, up to 10 attempts. And usually what happens is female gets mature very early. Within 12 months, females are mature. But male takes more time to mature. So male will not be ready to breed as of now, but he'll still guard the territory. He'll still be with the female. इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि आप सेपरेट करेंगे एंड फिश ब्रीडिंग चालू हो जाएगा. सो दैट इज़ अ वेरी रॉन्ग कंसेप्ट. सो पेशेंस इज़ द की. मैंने मेरे बहुत सारे वीडियोज़ में बताया, पेशेंस इज़ द की. It is better if you keep them in your community tank only for certain, like maybe extra 2-3 months, and then separate them if you have space in the tank. But the tank is already overcrowded, then you can separate it and then have patiently wait for the pair to breed. It will never happen कि मैंने पैर निकाला, डाला and then production चालू, वैसा नहीं होता है.
Correct.
Very rarely होता है.
And
But
even if they want to separate it in another tank and breed them later, what will be your suggestions for them?
give them time. Discuss will take time.
Time.
Yeah, because of two reasons. they are new parents.
Right.
They don't know how to fertilize the eggs. After they fertilize, they don't know how to care the eggs. After they hatch, they don't know what to do with the babies.
Right.
So it will take multiple attempts to perfect the
successful.
process. And once they are perfect, basically what I suggest is अपने को कुछ भी नहीं करना है. It is all on the pair. कोई पैर जल्दी सीखता है, कोई पैर लेट सीखता है. तो बेसिकली अपने को सिर्फ ऑब्जर्व करना है. अपन मैन्युअली कुछ नहीं कर सकते. हाँ, कुछ चीज़ें कर सकते हो, जैसे कि मिथलिन ब्लू डाल दिया फंगस नहीं पकड़ने के लिए, थोड़ा वाटर लेवल कम किया सो दैट बेबीज को पेरेंट्स इजीली मिले. कुछ चीज़ें कर सकते हैं, बट मोस्ट ऑफ द थिंग्स पैर खुद ही करेगा. तो आई डोंट रिकमेंड एनीथिंग टू डू विद द पैर. लेट देम लर्न ऑन देयर ओन.
ओके, अभी हॉबीस्ट ब्रीडिंग करने के लिए स्टार्ट कर दिया है, सेपरेट टैंक चालू किया है.
हाँ.
बट उसका डेली वाटर चेंजेस, हाउ मच हैज टू बी डन एंड व्हाट हैज टू बी फेड एट हाउ मेनी टाइम्स, लाइक
So
many hobbies will never know about this.
so
right?
basically discuss as they grow ना. आपको फीडिंग कम करना है. एक छोटा फिश को मैं जितना फीड कर रहा हूँ, मे बी 5 times 6 times a day, अब बड़े फिश को उतना फीड देके फायदा नहीं है. दे डोंट नीड दैट मच ऑफ फूड ऑल्सो, दे डोंट नीड दैट मच ऑफ प्रोटीन. छोटे बेबीज को ज़्यादा प्रोटीन चाहिए, बड़े फिश को कम प्रोटीन चाहिए, मोर ऑन फाइबर एंड अदर बैलेंस्ड न्यूट्रिशन. पेयर्स को आई रिकमेंडेड 2 times is more than enough.
But human mentality is never like that. They think they're having kids now, they need more food to take care of them because they're laying eggs and things like that. Because an hobbyist perspective will be like that, right?
Correct.
So they end up feeding more. Should they do that or not?
No. It is other way around.
Other way around.
When the pair starts laying egg ना, they won't accept food only. Some pairs तो 6 दिन खाना नहीं खाएगा, just to focus on their eggs and babies. They won't eat food. So it is very wrong कि adding more food and spoiling the water quality, which will eventually spoil the eggs and eventually produce bad quality fishes. It is better to feed whatever they are eating. If they are not eating, just siphon out the food. 2 times is more than enough. Some pair तो totally fasting करते हैं, 6 दिन खाना ही नहीं करते. So हर एक पेयर का पर्सनैलिटी भी अलग है. अगर जो पेयर खाना खा रहा है उसको थोड़ा खिलाओ, जो नहीं खा रहा है मत खिलाओ. इट इज़ टोटली फाइन. एंड एडल्ट फिश ना, उनके पास इतना एनर्जी है बॉडी में कि वो लोग 6-6, 8-8, 10-10 दिन बिना खाए भी दे कैन मेंटेन द हेल्थ.
And
या सो फीडिंग इज नॉट इम्पॉर्टेंट व्हाइल ब्रीडिंग. वाटर क्वालिटी इज मोर
more
इम्पॉर्टेंट.
important.
या
So, and one more thing, what many hobbyists I've observed over the years from my perspective is like, abhi they'll start laying eggs, and after that they'll start eating their own babies because they don't know.
Correct.
Because since you said it's the first time or second time or
Correct,
like third time, they're still getting to know how to do this.
Correct.
So, how would you recommend? Maybe hatch हो गया, हम लोग देखा है थोड़ा breeders cage system डालता है. Like, can you explain them about this in detail?
सो एक यंग पेयर है, एक फ्रेश पेयर है जो मेल मैच्योर नहीं है. फीमेल इज मैच्योर, फीमेल इज लेइंग एग्स. फीमेल ने एग तो लगा दिया, मेल को पता ही नहीं वो अंडे के साथ क्या करना है, उसको फर्टिलाइज. तो वो तो प्रोटीन है, खा लेगा मस्त अंडा, 2-3 अटेम्प्ट खाएगा. उसके बाद वो मे बी एग को गार्ड कर रहा है, बट हैचिंग होने के बाद खाएगा, क्योंकि उसने वो एक्सपीरियंस नहीं किया है कि बेबीज के साथ क्या करना है. मोस्ट ऑफ द ब्रीडर व्हाट दे डू आफ्टर गेटिंग हैचिंग, मतलब विगलर आ जाता है, एग्स हैच हो गया, उसके बाद उनको पता है कि नेट डालेंगे तो खा नहीं पाएंगे, तो उनको चाहिए कि वो टाइम वेस्ट ना हो. तो मोस्ट ऑफ द ब्रीडर्स व्हाट दे डू, दे पुट अ केज सो दैट हैचिंग होने के बाद वंस द मेल फर्टिलाइजेस, उसका मतलब पैर हैच होने वाला है, एग्स हैच होने वाला है, केज डाल दिया. फिर जब फ्री स्विमिंग करता है, मोस्टली इन 90% केसेस पैर नहीं खाएगा फ्री स्विमिंग होने के बाद.
Okay.
बट फिर भी कुछ मेल रहेगा, कुछ फीमेल रहेगा जो फ्री स्विमिंग बच्चे भी खाएगा. तो ब्रीडर्स ना, दे डोंट वांट मोर टाइम टू बी वेस्टेड ऑन पेयर टू लर्न द हाउ टू ब्रीड. मतलब पेयर को सीखने में टाइम वेस्ट नहीं करते. तो वो एग नेट डालेंगे, लाइट कम कर देंगे, डार्क रखेंगे, पानी का लेवल कर दे, सो दैट पेयर जल्दी ट्रेन हो जाए हाउ टू ब्रीड. बट देन इन नेचुरल प्रोसेस पहला एग्स खाएंगे, फिर एग्स हैच होने के बाद बेबीज खाएंगे, फिर कभी कभी फ्री स्विमिंग होने के बाद खाएंगे, कभी कभी बॉडी पे आने के बाद खाएंगे. बट वो बहुत टाइम लगता है सीखने के लिए. पेयर को मे बी 8, 10, 12 अटेम्प्ट आएगा. तो ब्रीडर बस वो टाइम कम करने के लिए अलग अलग मेथड्स प्रैक्टिस करता है. नेट डालना वगैरह वो सब.
And a first stage is after Wiggler, the fries will come stick to the parent's
Parents.
body.
हाँ.
What is recommended to feed?
I don't recommend anything for first 4 to 5 days.
No, not for the parents or the fries. Like I'm asking
Nothing.
for the option.
Parents को feed once in a day, very small amount. Babies को तो कुछ feed नहीं करना है because initial उनका
Yolk
जो
sac.
nutrition है वो mucus parent का जो slime coat है उस पे they manage for around 4 to 5 days. After 5 days you introduce brine shrimp. जो freshly hatched brine shrimp है वो थोड़ा थोड़ा ऐड करो. ऐसा नहीं कि एक साथ बहुत सारा डाल दिया. थोड़ा डाल के देखो खा रहा है कि नहीं. अगर खा रहा है तो पहले एक टाइम डालो, फिर नेक्स्ट डे 2 बार डालो. Gradually increase the frequency of the brine shrimp and discus will grow very fast once you start brine shrimp. But the only thing is कि brine shrimp तो आप feed कर रहे हो, उसका brine shrimp का ratio बढ़ा रहे हो, but water quality भी बहुत जल्दी खराब होता है.
Yeah, because it is having high level of protein. Right?
Correct.
So
तो you have to monitor the water quality also. It does मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि आप feeding 10 बार कर रहे हो, पानी एक ही बार change कर रहे हो, तो भी बच्चा मरेगा because of ammonia spikes. So basically when you start feeding brine shrimp ना, you do more frequent water changes, maybe twice a day, 3 times a day. What I recommend is every 2 feed के बाद एक 30-40% water change करो for the fries to stay healthy. Yes. ऐसा ज़रूरी नहीं है. If you have good filtration and ammonia is not there in water, then no need of good water changes. But most of the breeders they use clinical tank or bare bottom tank without any filters.
Right, right.
So they do more water changes after feeding brine shrimps.
So, do you actually recommend the fries to stay with the parents after hatching, or you need to try separating them after some point of time? What stage do you recommend to do certain actions?
Basically, the professional breeders they try to separate the fries as early as possible, so that the parents can spawn again and be ready for the next batch. But if you go deep into it, the reason is that when the fries grow along with the parents ना, वो parents को ही harm करना चालू करते हैं. They start eating on skin of the parents. Sometimes it causes to injury.
Oh,
Parents can even die because of the babies. So ये भी एक reason है कि ज़्यादा time भी नहीं रखना चाहिए. So ideally 15 to 20 days is what I recommend. Some breeders can separate as early as 7 to 8 days. But then again that depends on the experience. अगर आपको experience है छोटे बच्चों को care करने का तो आप जल्दी भी separate कर सकते हो. But for a hobbyist, longer is better. But the only thing is you have to see to it कि they are not harming the parents. जब तक वो harm नहीं करे तब तक आप रख सकते हो. Once they start harming the parents, तो separate कर दो. नहीं तो क्या आएगा, pair एक बार damage हो गया, then they will take more time to spawn again.
got it.
तो next breed थोड़ा time लगेगा क्योंकि after every breed parents get exhausted, they need some time to rest. तो जितना कम babies parents के साथ रहेंगे उतना वो energy उनका ज़्यादा रहेगा, तुरंत breed करेंगे. जितना time ज़्यादा रहेंगे वो लोग ज़्यादा exhaust होंगे, उनको ज़्यादा time चाहिए recover के लिए.
So, what is the frequency of spawning? Like, how often do they happen? Like in a month, or like maybe 45 days or 60 days? What is the frequency?
Basically young pairs they will lay eggs within a week after separating from the babies.
Okay.
अगर थोड़ा मैच्योर्ड पेयर है और मे बी एक्सपीरियंस पेयर ही वो ज़्यादा टाइम ब्रीड हुआ है मल्टीपल टाइम, तो इट विल टेक अराउंड 15 days to 1 month वो वापस ब्रीड होने के लिए. बट मोस्टली व्हेन द पेयर्स आर यंग यू कैन एक्सपेक्ट 1 batch in a month.
One batch in a month.
Yeah.
So like after hatching and like
After
maybe
laying
20
eggs,
days.
after hatching, after separating, maybe between 7 to 10 days they will again start laying eggs
Okay.
after separating from the babies.
So do you think the parent stock also or the brood stock also needs certain gap between the next spawn, or can you continuously breed them?
No, I don't recommend to breed them continuously. It totally depends on the health and condition of the pair. If you have some kind of experience, if you monitor the pair, if the pair is healthy enough to take one more batch, you can breed them consecutively also. But what I recommend is after 2 consecutive breeding, at least give them a rest for 1 or 2 months. So the pair will breed for a longer period of time. If you keep on breeding them back to back, pair will breed. But eventually the pair will lose appetite, they will lose their health, they will start becoming thinner because they are not getting time to regenerate. Because their full attention is going on babies only. So while breeding now, as I mentioned, pair खाना नहीं खाता है, खुद के ऊपर ध्यान नहीं देता, full attention is on babies. So if you keep breeding them very frequently, then the pair won't breed for much longer, and eventually it will lose its shine, shape, charm. So it is recommended to breed 2 consecutive batches, then give a rest of 2 months, then again breed, then again give them rest.
And since you said some people continuously try breeding them because of professional expertise, so do you also think that fecundity rate, that is the egg quantity, will eventually reduce when you're continuously breeding?
Yes, yes.
Do you observe those disadvantages?
Yes, yes. Because when the pair is new or maybe female, it has lot of protein and nutrition in the body. They are very healthy, they are young, so they lay a lot of eggs. The quantity of the eggs is much higher. So that's why I tell na ki give them break to regenerate, to remineralize and again get them back to health, so that the quantity will remain constant. Not that high as the fresh pair, but you will get consistent batches even after a year or 2. But if you breed them very frequently, the quantity will start dropping from 300 to 250, 200, and after a few months you will see that they are hardly laying any eggs, around 40, 50, and then they will stop laying eggs forever.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what would you actually prefer, like super treats? Like people always prefer changing the appetite. Like every day you cannot eat the same food, right? At some point of time.
So,
what other alternate options would you recommend for an hobbyist?
I don't recommend any kind of live food,
Okay.
especially in India, because the live food, we are not sure about the source from where we are getting. If it is a cultured live food, cultured means it is been specifically cultured in a farm or a place where they take care of the quality and water parameters, then you can feed. But in India, I am not sure how well quarantined or cultured that live feed is, so I don't recommend live food to the fish. But for a treat, I use Australian black worms. I use maybe some good quality pellets. Frozen Artemia is also good. And but that's it. Not much of variety. But then Australian black worms, they love a lot. So even when I see a fish is not eating and I give them Australian black worms, eventually the fish will start eating the food. But then it is, once the fish get used to the Australian black worms, then it is very difficult for the fish to feed them on pellets or other kind of food. They won't accept any other food once they start eating Australian black worms.
And is there any secret you maintain to increase the fecundity rate, that is the egg laying capacity and the fertility of the fish?
Actually, I don't have any expertise in the diet and nutrition part,
Okay.
so I am not sure about that. But the only thing is I prepare my fresh food every batch once in a week. I feed fresh feed with some minor changes in the recipe every time. And as I mentioned, I give breaks to my breeding pairs. Then to keep the main pairs healthy, I use foster parents. Most of us do nowadays. So in this way, like nutrition may be also key in that, but I'm not aware about that. So जो चीज़ नहीं पता है वो मैं कैसे बताऊँ? So there are few people like Vaibhav Patil. So वो specifically बनाता है food. तो कभी अगर ऐसा लगता है कि आपका एग क्वांटिटी कम हो रहा है, हैचिंग कम हो रहा है, तो कुछ थोड़ा क्वांटिटी उससे ले लेता हूँ मैं, या बेसिकली फ्रेश देता हूँ मैं. इतना डिटोरेटिव होने मत दो पैर को कि वो कम हो जाए क्वांटिटी, एंड इवेंचुअली तो हो ही जाएगा. आफ्टर मे बी 1.5 or 2 years the pair naturally will start reducing the quantity of the eggs. Male will start, even male will breed for a longer period क्योंकि मेल को सिर्फ स्पर्म डालना है, एंड फीमेल का ज़्यादा एक्सर्शन होता है क्योंकि फीमेल एग्स इंटरनली प्रोड्यूस करती है. तो वो मैंने नोटिस किया है कि फीमेल गेट एग्जॉस्टेड मोर फास्टर देन मेल। तो कभी कभी ऐसा भी होता है कि फीमेल 1.5 साल में 2 साल में ख़त्म हो गए, बट मेल विल कीप ब्रीडिंग फॉर मच लॉन्गर 3 or 4 years.
So, like for the breeding part, we covered most of the topics. Like on a perspective of a new breeder, I would not know. Maybe you said that we'll give breaks for 2 months before restarting breeding. So, what is the time limit or the frame which you've given, like 12 month cycle?
Basically, what I see, like it's a specific
For,
time.
for 1 year, how many times would you recommend to breed one pair?
So वही मैं बता रहा हूँ, इफ़ आई एम यूजिंग फोस्टर पेरेंट्स, सो मैं 6 महीने में 12 ब्रीड भी ले सकता हूँ, कीपिंग द हेल्थ ऑफ द फिश इन अ प्रिस्टीन कंडीशन. If I am not using foster parents, if the pair is taking care, then I think 6 to 8 breeds in a year is pretty good. The pair will still be happy, healthy and happy.
And the average output of a parent, how much price should it actually need to have? Like on an average for people to determine it's in a healthy parent stock or things
So
like that.
I have seen discuss hatching more than 300-400 babies also. Personally उतना मेरा तो breed नहीं हुआ है, but I feel anything above 100 on average, between 100-150 is good
Good.
for discuss. And इसका और एक reason ये है, in smaller batches ना, discuss can take care of the babies more efficiently. When the batches is big, like 300-400 का batch है, तो pair है ना बहुत जल्दी exhaust हो जाता है, and babies उतना अच्छे से develop नहीं होता है. And क्या है ना, pair को वो ही 400 बच्चे संभालने में ज़्यादा एनर्जी जाएगा, ज़्यादा लंबा रेस्ट देना पड़ेगा. 100 बच्चे के लिए आप 2-3 बैच भी अगर कंटिन्यू लेते हो तो इट इज़ फाइन. तो फॉर मी एनीथिंग अबाउ 100 इज़ गुड, बट फॉर फ्यू पीपल दे डोंट एक्सेप्ट बिलो 200. They just wipe out the slate.
And does it also depend on the strain, hybridization, gene,
Yes, yes.
everything, right?
Yes.
For example, there are new strains like, I don't know, I know like maybe like albino, platinum, butterfly and something like things like that. They're new into the market. But some people say they cannot achieve more than 50 to 60 babies at a time. Is that really
No,
true?
no, they get very good hatching. The problem is the survival rate is very less in the albino strains. So basically, as per my knowledge, albinos have a weaker eyesight. They can't, when they are small, they are not able to spot the brine shrimp very easily. So the weaker ones die off, or maybe they are not able to attach to the parent slime. So what, because I have already bred albinos in past, so what I saw is I got very good hatching, like more than 200 babies I got from a pair, but only I could manage to survive around 70-80 babies. It was not because of the hatch rate, but because of the albino itself, that they have weaker eyesight, they have less like they don't attach to the parents very easily. So most of the babies die within first 2 days only, and the whichever baby crosses first 48 hours, then they can survive very nicely.
Okay.
So that is the reason you get low survival in albinos. But then this is true for all the states.
Is that because that it's too expensive?
Yeah. Because you need certain amount of care. Also, you need to cross good genetics for albinos to produce good healthy babies. Then also, albinos themselves is very difficult to raise and maintain the shape, because, as I mentioned, even they can become good to us within no time. After 2 inch also, after 3 inch also. So albino itself is a very difficult to raise and keep. Once they are past that stage around 3 inch, then it is very easy. But in smaller size, it is very difficult. And for broodstock, you need absolutely best of best fish. So if a breeder is putting so much efforts on the albino strains, then he deserves a little extra premium on the babies also.
Okay.
This is my understanding.